GM Dabblers, it is Kale here, coming to you live again from the Mushroom. Welcome to our latest episode of Agent Camp. There is so much content to cover here today. I've got a whole mess of guests to bring up on stage. And so without further ado, at least let me go ahead and just show you some of the faces that we're going to be seeing today. You're going to hear from Matheus. You're going to hear from Mel. You're going to hear from Lincoln. Collin's connecting right now as we speak, but he's running around to get himself into his best streaming position. And so we'll hear from him in just a moment. For those of y'all that are not aware of who Lincoln is, this is our new guest for today. And Lincoln is a young rocket ship that you need to absolutely put on your trajectory. I've been very impressed keeping up with what he's been working on and his accolades so far, but he's currently the product and on-chain AI lead at Coinbase. And so he'll be showing us some pieces of the Agent Kit that he's responsible for. Nice to have you here today with us, Lincoln.
Thank you very much. Glad I could be here.
Absolutely. And we looked at Agent Kit a little bit earlier in our session on Agent Camp with Matheus last week, actually. But we're excited to have you show us a straightforward look from your point of view and showing people the full capabilities. We were tweaking with it a little bit, but we want to see what it looks like when it's working well.
Fantastic. Looking forward to it.
Thanks. All right, friends, I know that many of you have already been working on your builds. Some of you have even shared links to some of the agents that you're currently in the process of creating. I had an amazing call earlier this week with Rikia from Control X, referring to Glitch Albatross and some interesting approaches to prompting. And so we're going to see a lot more about that material. But a quick reminder, Dabl Club is that third space for developers. It's not work, it's not home, it's the safe place for you to come and explore all of your ideas. The Polygon Grants is still live, and the Eliza track is part of that Polygon Grant offerings. And so we want to make sure that we're giving you the skills and making you aware of the capabilities available, so that way you yourself can submit to these grants and see what you can build and get that further funding. But that's enough for me currently at this moment. We've got lots of guests and never enough time to cover everybody. So let me go ahead and pull Collin up on stage. Looks like he's ready to rock and roll for the day.
Well, hello, everyone. Nice to have you all join us again. We had over 10,000 people have seen our emails and been excited about it. We've gotten a lot of messages online. I actually have to follow up on some emails from this morning. Lots of questions about Eliza, and what we didn't cover on our last episode was diving into how the wallet works within Eliza. And the key, we already did a episode covering the Coinbase developer program's Agent Kit, and the Agent Kit is a nice wallet SDK for agents to use. So we did that demo with Replit. So today we're going to be combining everything together, and we're going to be showing you how to use Agent Kit within the ElizaOS framework. So I want to just thank you guys for joining us, and also remind you how you can get in touch with us if you want to ask us questions. We're generally online in our chat group. You can go to dabl.chat. Dabl.chat is our Telegram link, so you can always find us on there. Just go to dabl.chat and join our Telegram group. Also, if you are building an AI agent, I want to encourage you to apply for grants. We are promoting several grants right now. Season 2 is live of grants programs, and one of those is the Eliza Labs AI Agent Agnostic Track. So you can go come up with an idea through these calls, and then go apply for the Eliza grants, as well as there's other agent grants from Crossmint, and meme coin agents and AI through Gitcoin, DPIN grants through IoTex, and then open season for community grants through Polygon. So there's several grant programs we'd love for you guys to go apply for. We also got a lot of feedback that people wanted to get more involved with the Dabl Club. So I just want to point you guys to our website, which not everyone's been to yet. So come to our website, and on here you can find how to connect with us. So we have guilds all over the world. And if you want to start hosting workshops and meetups in your own city, you can. So we have leaders in all of these cities around the world, and you can organize meetups with us. We'll sometimes pay for pizza or coffee just to help you get together. You can see we've got a pretty strong community in India. We've got some strong communities in Nigeria. We've actually got several new communities growing in Latin America, thanks to Mel. And I'm right here in San Francisco. So if you're in San Francisco, you can join. We'll be having more events during ETHSF in March, and you can also find us at ETH Denver. One of the reasons that we're hosting this event is because we want people to sign up for ETH Global's hackathon, which is January 31st to February 12th. So by the end of this workshop, this agent camp, you'll hopefully be ready to go hack and win at the Agentic Ethereum hackathon. So I want to encourage everyone to jump in there. And for today, I'm really, really excited to be bringing on the product lead for Coinbase's Agent Kit, Lincoln. Lincoln, I want to introduce as an awesome builder as well. He's somebody that has actually led some of these camps in New York. I think you hosted a AI Web3 boot camp along with Matheus, who we also have on the call. How did that get started? Like, where did you end up? But I'm bringing Matheus on too. So I got introduced to Lincoln through Matheus. So I want to talk about what we're going to do next too. So we're actually going to be hosting more boot camps with Matheus in New York, in San Francisco, in Denver, and hopefully Lincoln can join us for those. But we're really excited to have him join this version of virtual agent camp. So thank you, Lincoln, for joining us. And thank you, Matheus, for bringing him into the fold.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. The New York boot camp was a lot of fun. I showed up for one day right at the end and got to see all of the work that everyone put in over the whole week. Matheus did an amazing job leading that. It was very evident in the quality and the caliber of projects that came out of it. Some of them are going off and doing really interesting things. Byte AI is one of the projects that had some presence at these boot camps, and now they're doing agentic delivery of pizzas and all sorts of different foods with an AI agent. So I'm a huge believer and big fan of these types of coding boot camps, allowing anyone, even without a traditional technical background, to get started in the world of build. So very, very happy to be able to help out here.
And Matheus, I want to get you excited about the future. So let's get New York planned and let's get that on the date. So you guys will get to come meet Matheus, and hopefully Lincoln can join us in our New York space down at Station 3. It's the Hadron Founders Club. So we'll host some really cool in-person agent camps, as well as you can come visit us in Denver. So we'll be releasing those events shortly. Thank you, Matheus, for joining us. Anything you want to say?
Well, thank you. I couldn't be more pleased with the result of these boot camps. It has pizza involved, it has technology. Coinbase helped it a lot, so can be more helpful. Thank you all for the opportunity. Comment here in the chat if you are on Leo, San Francisco, Denver. Probably we're going to meet there and have some pizza together.
Yeah, everyone go post in the chat right now. Comment if you can make it to Denver. That's going to be February 26th through March 2nd. And if you can make it to New York, that's going to be mid-February, right? As well as
14, yeah.
And then SF will be in March 10 to 16. So I want to answer a quick question. So today's agenda, we're going to have Lincoln talk about Coinbase Agent Kit. He's the guy to talk about it. And then we're going to have Mel come on. Hi, Mel, bringing you on stage too. Mel's going to walk through how to use Agent Kit inside of the ElizaOS, following up from this last week. Is that right, Mel? Anything else you want to cover in today's?
No, we're going to go through ElizaOS Plug-in and how to integrate wallet actions and get the wallet from the agent, and just make sure that we can understand how to build a plugin and how to configure it and rightly use it in preparation for next session, which would be the more advanced plugin development.
Great. Okay, that's a great agenda. Lincoln, would you take it away and tell us a little bit more about your Agent Kit, and maybe also what is it that that Agent Kit's goal, and how can we see this in the future?
Yeah, totally. Happy to talk about that a little bit. As a preface, though, too, would be curious to see if anyone's getting any issues with the latest pull of Eliza. I think there's some sort of breaking change in there. So if anyone's having those issues and sees them, let me know, because I'm trying to figure that out. I'll probably just roll back to a previous version. But this has happened to me a few times. So, but anyways, yeah, very excited to be here. I'll provide a super brief overview of kind of like how Coinbase is thinking about Agent Kit. Generally, the idea is that it is a way to give every AI agent access to a crypto wallet. And what particularly that means is that we can give it a full set of on-chain interactions. Right now, we're primarily focused on Base, providing a full comprehensive set of actions to do various things, whether that be in DeFi, whether that be simply sending transactions, deploying tokens. Our plan is to build out as many different protocol integrations and partnerships as possible. Today, we announced that we allowed for Morpho deposits and withdrawals. So now your agents can deposit into a Morpho vault and start earning yield. They have the ability to fetch price feeds from Pith, and a lot of really other exciting things that I'm looking forward to. I know you all have been working particularly in Eliza so far, and that's awesome. We also have an Eliza integration. We are particularly available right now in LangChain as well. Our plan is to expand to various other frameworks and support wherever the developers are, make it a seamless plug-and-play experience to give every AI agent access to a crypto wallet. Issues with plugins working on the latest build. Good. Okay, me too. Glad we're in the same boat here. Before I jump into the code, I'll provide a little bit more context and some exclusive looks at sort of what we have coming up. Over the next coming weeks, we're going to add some pretty interesting features. For example, we will have the ability to do custom smart contract deployments. So I'm very excited to see agents that could, for example, create an escrow contract that you and a friend could deposit funds into before a certain event happens or while you're waiting for some sort of thing to occur, almost like a pseudo prediction market. I know there's going to be some sort of issues, especially with the current level of support that like foundational models like OpenAI or Anthropic have for writing error-free Solidity code. But generally, I am quite excited about the possibilities related to custom smart contract deployments done by agents. One of the things that was in the Coinbase AI Ventures report, the Coinbase Ventures AI report, was that they believe AI agents will be the primary users of on-chain and also the ones who are doing the most contract deployments. So we're hoping to achieve this vision with the contract deployments. A few other things that I'm particularly excited about is more DeFi integrations, so you can start thinking about LP management. And we're also very, very open to taking any contributions from the community. We want Agent Kit to be sort of by and for developers. We are obviously right now contributing to the repo and providing everyone a base with which to work, but ultimately we want this to be something that everyone can play around with and start to integrate with. So all that being said, I know you all looked at the replit a little bit previously, but I'll run over very briefly how we're thinking about it and like where I see the biggest opportunity for users to come in and add in their own features and capabilities. So to start, since you all have a decent idea of what this replit is, I'll go ahead and show you now how you can add in a new feature really easily using AI as your development tool. There's really two key components to the way that the Coinbase developer platform is thinking about AI. One, of course, is giving AI agents access to crypto wallets, and the other is around leveraging AI to make anyone, not just people with developer experience, into a builder. That's why we're leaning so heavily on these replit templates, where all you have to do is just click run, and then your action will take place, and you don't have to set up an environment or go through any of those struggles. And as I'm having issues with the Eliza repo at the moment, it's clear to me that this is a great approach to get anyone to very easily start using AI agents. So part of that as well is creating prompts and other tools that allow users to very easily add in whatever new feature they want. So I'll very briefly show you what that looks like right now. If we go over to our Agent Kit documentation here, if you go to docs.cdp.coinbase.com, this will be the page that you're greeted with, and here's the Featured Agent Kit tab. We're working on improving these docs significantly, adding in more guides on how you can create production-ready agents, how you can integrate with different databases and have chat histories, create multiple agents that work within the same sort of developer environment. But what we'll be focusing on today is the ability to add in new agent capabilities. There's a video in the documentation that's fairly straightforward for you to be able to follow. But I'll also run through this here for everyone so that we can see what's going on in real time. first thing I'll point out is, like I said, we have these prompts available in Python and TypeScript. They handle the whole process of putting in all this filler code and skeleton stuff that you need for the agent to use your specific function in a way that doesn't require much manual work on your end. Since I have the Python version of Agent Kit open, I'll very briefly show how to go through this process. And I apologize if this is already something you've seen. If so, somebody come on stage and let me know. Else I'll just keep running through this here. But yeah, let's say I want to add in a new tool for my agent framework. So I'm going to copy all of this stuff. I don't even care exactly what it does. It doesn't matter to me. And I'll bring it into a Claude instance. And what do we want our agent to do? Normally we show on-chain interaction features, but I want to emphasize too that like anything you could want for your agent can be added using this framework. So let's say I want my agent to take two numbers and add it together. Real-time demo. So what it'll do is it'll go through the process of building out 4 main components that you'll need to add some sort of action to your agent. And as a reminder as well, if you're building your agent within Eliza, if you're building it within LangChain, this process is fairly similar for all of these. And you can add in these new actions. Submit a PR if you think it's something that you want all of the agents within the Agent Kit to have. And we'll take a look at it and walk you through the process of getting it production ready and ready to distribute to the tens of thousands of agents that are already using Agent Kit. So within this response here, we can see a few key things that I'll run over very quickly. The first is the prompt. This basically tells the agent in natural language what the functionality does, so it doesn't have to guess. The second is this input schema. I don't really care what this does. I don't even really look at this most of the time. It's just a nice way to show the agent specifically what the inputs to the functions are. The third is the actual function itself. So in this case, this is your Python 101, Python 001, quite honestly, level of coding, where you just take the result of the two numbers and add them together. And fourth, you have the addition to the toolkit that you give to the agent. So the idea here is every one of these actions or functions that an agent have is effectively a tool. And with those tools, you give your agent a full set of things that they're capable of. So this just wraps it all together in a real nice bow and adds it to the agent. So I'll go ahead and start copying this in to our replit template. Copy, paste, easy. Sometimes there's some errors with the way that the agent imports things and some of the formatting. This seems like it's okay. Potentially a red flag here. Let's see if it asks me to do any imports. No. Cool. And then we'll take this part as well and copy and paste it in where the toolkit is being instantiated. Wonderful. Looks like there's some potential errors here, but in the spirit of running through things real time, we're just going to run it and see what happens. So far, so good. Let's have it add two numbers together. You add 10 and 12 together. Sum of 10 and 12 is 22, just as we would expect. So this is a super dumb demo, but hopefully it showcases how easy it is for you to add in whatever new functionality you want. If you give it a Python function, it can do that, but you can also give it things to add directly within natural language, and it immediately becomes usable by your agent. So I'll stop there for a moment. Any questions before we start to get into the process of, that's no fun, of debugging the Eliza current instantiation? There's some issues with the plugins I can unroll. How do we get Coinbase plugin working with Eliza? Can you please remember the example call from the ElizaOS framework? Yes, gladly. As I prefaced, there is some issues with the Eliza framework at the moment. So I'm going to try to run through these real time and we can figure out how to solve this together, which is always a fun exercise. I will go ahead and share my cursor instance. And in this right now, I have the full Eliza framework opened. I know there's a starter version as well, but this is fairly straightforward since we already have the Coinbase Agent Kit plugin installed. So if you go through this list, you'll quickly see that we have Agent Kit here. And huge shout out to sweetman.eth on Twitter. He is absolutely integral to getting us this framework integration. He built it all out. He got it submitted, and he also did a 4-hour video on how to use Agent Kit with Eliza to build out your AI agents. So if there's anything I don't cover, then absolutely go to him. Is the implementation of tools compatible with Llama 3? Great question. Typically, I bias towards using GPT-4o. I've found that it's the best for calling tools. Llama 3 does work as well, and it is obviously like the open source, more decentralized option while also being free if you run it locally. So that is still a fantastic choice, but I typically bias towards OpenAI just because like I know it works, and when I'm testing things, I just want things to work first try. But yeah, I would highly recommend trying out other models, fine-tuning your own to give your agent more of a personality, all sorts of fun stuff like that. Cool. So I'm going to try to figure out now why Eliza isn't working with the most recent upgrade, and I'll just roll it back. How can we trace the on-chain and off-chain inference traces for a particular agent execution? Does CDP support data via dashboard? Great question. One of the things that we're going to lean heavily into as we continue to build out Agent Kit is more AI developer-friendly debugging tools and efforts. Part of this does have to do with getting these off-chain inference traces. If it's available within LangChain as it stands right now, then you should be able to very easily get this within the default graphic template. And if not, if you're using Eliza or something like that, I can't speak to it directly. But I know that on the data piece, CDP is heavily leaning into data as we start to expand out Agent Kit a little bit more. So I'll keep on reading questions, but in the meantime, I'm going to go to the Eliza repo off camera here, nothing too interesting, and pull a previous version of the code so that we don't have to deal with these issues. Cool. So I've got a commit hash here, and this is basically just a previous version. So let's see. Looks like that worked. Looks like we're switched over. Let's build the repo again, because you have to do that every single time with these Eliza agents. This always takes a minute, so in the meantime, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take those. Work in a Windows environment. It should, yes. It's built using TypeScript or Node.js, so it's very compatible with whatever operating system that you're using. Okay, wonderful. Looks like this built. Let's see if we can start it. And if this works, I'll share the commit hash that I used, the command I used to roll back the Eliza repo. Not optimistic, to be honest. Yeah. If anyone in the chat is getting these issues as well, let me know. Zoom in, sure. Yeah, this is the issue I've been facing all day. I'm not sure why this happens, but I'm just going to keep on rolling back the version until I find one that works. So let's try this one.
Well, we might have a working version on someone else's machine, so I'm gonna let's play tag, and
Please.
Everybody on the call is also going through and running the same code. So someone's got a code open right now that's probably running. I've got an older version on my machine.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, that would be awesome. Yeah, I will continue to try to debug this. One of the pros and cons of open source software is that you've always got some sort of thing going on.
Yeah, I think it's also probably the reason why people tend to struggle when you go and watch like a YouTube video, because you have to match the versions that they're following in the YouTube video, plus the IDE setup and everything. So I think this is why live sessions actually are more helpful. And I've actually found Matheus, I'm bringing him on, and Mel have been kind of teaching me. So whenever I get stuck, I go to them and ask them for help. So and actually that's kind of how this started, was like, hey, let's go build agents live on the air, and we'll all learn together, right? That was like the idea behind Agent Camp, was like, we all are learning. Every developer should be learning something new every day, right? So we got to learn in public. That's the DevRel job. So Mel, do you have it running?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I'm in. Perfect. Sure. Let's see. So let me share my screen. Yeah, it's very annoying, and this is something that's gonna happen a lot to you. I was working earlier today and last night too, like crazy, trying to get around a lot of the build errors that Eliza has. This is another repository that I've been working on. So let me close this one and very quickly open our last one. If you remember, we were working on the coach pool character on Monday. So we're going to continue off from that. I'm going to open it up here. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is on version 1.7.1. So it's a couple of versions before. One thing that is always annoying, and maybe, I don't know if I saw on your version, Lincoln, but the Node version, it has to be 23. I know that 22 wasn't working for me, or 20 either. So that's one that's like usually sometimes, like, you restart your terminal and you forget that you're running on whichever version. So that could be one. Another one that I have had issues a lot is when you start working with the build and all of this. Let me switch very quick. You need to make sure that you are actually on the following the very, very same steps that other plugins are doing, and you have to going through. I mean, I'm not an expert on Turbo or an expert on these mono repos and structures. However, a couple of things that I will always suggest to check when you're working with Eliza is check how they are executing the different, here, the builds. When you build your, for example, one that was happening to me a lot was I was working here and creating this Veeam and events package because I was replicating the EVM plugin. And you have to follow exactly what it says here, because otherwise it starts breaking up. So be very careful about everything that you change. Sometimes just a very small configuration, a very small installation kind of breaks everything, and it's very frustrating that you just say, hey, I just installed something. It shouldn't be this difficult or this tricky. But yeah, so what I wanted to show today was working towards the plugin generation, and we can also take a look into the Coinbase and get it running. So I think last time we finished creating our coach pool character, if you remember correctly. And we had some issues deploying it live. It was because the git ignore has the characters folder as git ignore. So we were pushing the code, but we weren't really pushing the agent, the character. So make sure to remove it if you want to start uploading the characters on your characters file or your character folder, so that it can be available whenever you push it to Railway and you can build it. And from there, we're gonna go take a look into the agent once I get the agent runtime, because I want to get started with the Coinbase plugin. Somebody mentioned it, and very quickly to show you how to get started with it. So let's take a look into the plugins here. And yeah, whenever you check all of this, sometimes people push code without reviewing or anything. So let's remove the duplicate code here and here, this plugin that's not installed. So, okay, we have it here, and let's take a look into the Coinbase plugin. So we need a couple of here we need the Coinbase Commerce key. I don't think we're going to use the Commerce plugin right now, so maybe we don't need that Coinbase API key. Yeah, the one we will need. So, Lincoln, if I'm not mistaken, should I just go to the Coinbase developer platform, right?
Yep, exactly.
Let's see. So let's sign in. Dismiss this. Just gonna log in with my Dabl Club email. Yeah, sign up. Okay. Oh, yikes. Let's stop sharing for a bit. So I can enter my phone number. It's here. So right now we're going to activate this plugin, and we're also going to show how to get a couple of plugins running. Specifically, I would like to show you how to get the Farcaster. I know some people in the Spanish cohort, which is later in the day, has been having some troubles getting the Farcaster account ready. So we're also gonna take a very quick look on how to get that done. Let's present the screen again. Should be good to go now. So here's my API key. Let's create an API key. License. And then we need to go to our environment file, and let's look for the Coinbase API key. Should I get also the private key? Secret. Let's see, secret here. I don't think this is okay. This one's needed here, but
no, it's the private key. Secret, same thing.
So this one should be.
So if you go back to you had it, or go to your downloads folder actually, and open up that JSON that you had downloaded.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So that private key up there, yeah.
So I should just paste the whole string, right?
Yep.
Perfect. And with these two, I should be able to. Do I need to add another one, or can I just get started with this?
That's good to go.
Okay, perfect. And in that case, I should be able to just get running the agent. Oh, let me make sure that on the runtime, this should be working fine. And then once we get we run the character, start characters can it was coach pool. Oh, that's correct. Sorry.
Juan, to your question, you do not use notification URL.
Okay. Okay, so we have run our character, and let's just take a look. And as you can see, whenever remember, whenever you activate a new plugin, or you want to make sure that your plugins are working and the actions are getting registered, remember, the actions are the properly executable tasks that your agents can run. So as stated before, these are part of the Bootstrap plugins, actions. So it was just about following a room, following a conversation, ignoring basic stuff that any agent needs to get done, as well as some services that are created by the Node plugin. And here we can see some of the specific Coinbase plugin actions. So we have send mass payout, execute trade, deploy token contract, invoke contract, read contract, and execute advanced trade. So let's see if we can run this one of these. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it, so let's take a look. I'm gonna run the agent, and let's say hello, how are you? And agent found. Wow. Looks like it's running. Hey there. Give me 1 second to check. So the direct link working fine. And we're in the right. Which will seem to be fine. Should be there. Okay, now I found it. Perfect. So the number one thing that you should do whenever you want to test a new action or a new plugin, I always suggest to just go through the very specific action, and you can take a look here. And remember, all of our plugins, the existing ones that are available by default, are stored here in the packages folder. So you can take a look into the plugin of Coinbase and then go straight into the actions. And let's see, token contract. And let's check which actions we have available. So we have the deploy contract action. We have several more. And like the easiest way to test it, other than the simils and trying to get it organically, just to make sure that it's available. Copy the very like straightforward what's the name? Just like the name of the action, and enter it into the chat. And here we're gonna see what the action is executed by the agent. So let's see.
One additional thing to note is that this is the same issue that I was having. So in a newer version, there's actually an Agent Kit plugin, not just Coinbase, that comes with our whole set of actions, not just like the 5 or 6 that are available there. So this is on the newer versions. This allows you to pull all of the supported Agent Kit actions, but I can like share the GitHub documentation too. It's constantly updating every single day.
Oh, wanna try to get it? So it would be on the 1.9, right?
Yes.
Yeah, why not? Let's try.
It's 2 different packages, or is the same package that was updated?
It's 2 different plugins. So we have the Coinbase plugin, which has integrations with things like the retail exchange. And then we have Agent Kit, which is primarily built for giving the AH in a crypto wallet with all of the comprehensive actions on base. And updates automatically whenever we release a new thing. You don't have to add in a new action for every single one of them.
Let's see if we can get it running very fast. Let's just switch to the latest version. Then we're also going to do this. Call it main in the meantime. Then let's install all of proper plugins, and I'm gonna copy the existing character just to have it available with us into the new one. Open this up, our character. There we go. Once it gets installed, we need to run the build command, remember. And just switch to our proper folders. It's a little bit, but it's running, okay, perfect. Then we run the build command. It's gonna take a little bit, but after that, we should be able to run our character. Perfect. And also our client. And we also need to copy the environment variables. So let's just bring everything to just like that. Don't overthink it. Wait. We have the .env.example. Just duplicate it. Rename it to .env. Still building. And over here. Should be fine now. Amazing. So it looks like we're ready to go. So we ran the installation, we ran the build, and now let's run our agent. So ideally here, we should be able to see the actions are logged out again. Okay, let's take a look here. Pressing knowledge. Okay, here we go. So we can see the actions again, once again, logged here. And if we run our client, let's see what we have available now on the Eliza client here. Here. So the very important thing, just going through plugins, and it's to remember that there are like the three main building blocks for generating plugins. So the first ones are actions, as we stated before. These are like the executable codes, and there's a very specific structure, or rather interface, that you need to follow whenever you want to create them. And if you check, for example, the Coinbase's plugin, it's gonna follow that precise instruction interface, because it has to. That's just like the standard that Eliza has selected for their own creation of any and all plugins have to follow that structure pretty much. So let's see. So now we have the deploy contract token contract. So this is the name of the action. A description. If you know, this description is mostly for developers and builders. The framework doesn't really take a look into the description right now. It's just an informative piece of data, so you can be more descriptive about what your action does. The validation is going to get run every time that before the action is executed. So, for example, in this case, it's going to go and take a look into the API key. If it's not available, it's going to throw an error, and it's going to allow to run it. So it's going to tell you, like, hey, maybe there's an error, or just ideally you should be able to manage that or handle that on the examples, and how to gracefully let know the user that a specific action is not validated because of a missing API key or a missing piece of data that the agent doesn't have access to. The handler is where the proper code logic or business logic goes. So in this case, we're going to take a look. There's a configuration of the Coinbase SDK, and then we check if there's a CSV. I assume this is to get so we will need to create at least one record looking to create a contract.
Yeah, once again, this is like the plugin agent kit is where all of the actions lie. Yeah, it's confusing.
Is it here?
It should be. Yeah, it should be right near the top. It's plugin agent kit.
It doesn't seem like it shows over here. Maybe sometimes it stays on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, no clue. It's agent kit. So I see Solana. Okay, I see your actually. Here's some.
Oh yeah.
Here's your comments. Yeah, maybe it's not on this latest version. It's weird. Yeah.
Because it's like in the repo on the latest. On the latest version of the repo. It was added 2 days ago, so I don't know how old this version is. That you're using right now. But as
it's weird that I just downloaded. It's funny.
Huh.
So let's see. So what I did was clone it directly from here. Let's see the packages. Plugin. Yeah, I see it here. Weird. Could it be because it's not on the? Okay, yeah. Since I switched.
I also don't have the plugin agent kit in my package directory.
Let's see.
Ah.
Git status.
I think someone posted a link to it earlier.
I think we just need to switch to the develop branch, and that should be fine.
Or just copy paste that directory, because the plugins don't seem like they have a lot of like prerequisites or dependencies. So you might be able to just clone that one directory in there.
Oh yeah, what I did, I think it's not so. According to the documentation, we need to switch to the stable version. And that's probably why, since it was added a couple of days ago, maybe it hasn't gone through the official stable and stays on the develop until. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure of how the process goes. When submitting a plugin, you need to do a lot of testing, and it's probably why it still like hasn't fully been sent into the stable version. But right now that we switched into the develop one, it should show here. Oh my god, it's not here. What? Is this? Okay, this is not the. Okay, it's not the one. Sorry.
I'm glad it's not just me having these issues. At first, I was feeling like I was going crazy, but
This is the absolute frontier link. This is why it's good to jam together.
Here we go. It's here.
Imagine the students. This is good too, because students face these kind of problems, and now we are showing them it's super normal.
Exactly. Okay, so okay, we have it now. You have to stay on the develop version, so on the develop branch. Remember, I know that the documentation, like if you want to try the agent kit, instead of, we need to skip this step, because whenever you go through this step, it automatically goes into the stable version, which agent kit right now seems like it's not been added yet. So it's probably just a matter of time. If you want to try it out, just make sure that you stay on the develop branch. And this one has available the plugin agent kit. Let me take a look and see that our environment variable are correctly set. Seems like it. And okay, now we should be able to take a look into the agent kit and see which are the actions. Number one, so we have the actions here, all available. We'll see them in a bit once we run it. Let's just make sure that we have it also here. Let's plugin. So now we need CDP API key name. Okay. So this is different than before. Oh, there's a football plugin. Interesting. So let me open the example one, and we're gonna need to switch all of this, sadly. And let's make sure that we have the Anthropic key first. I'm gonna stop for a bit, so I'm gonna show our API key. No, not a biggie, I guess. Okay, and you should put it here. Then we also need, there were some for here for the agent kit one. So we need the CDP API key name, the private key, and the agent kit network. For this one, which one is it, Lincoln? Sorry.
you can just do base-Sepolia.
I guess these two, I should be able to reuse them and just make sure that they go into the proper.
Yeah, should be fine.
Yeah. Just make sure that they are API key name. I hope it's this one. And the private key. Let's see if it's this one. Alrighty. And yeah, okay, that should be fine. Now that we have our our variables, we should be able to just. So I did the installation, perfect. I should have done the build as well. So it doesn't take that long, thankfully. And now start our character and our client once again. Almost there. Oh, yeah, it takes a while. And remember, when we're running all of this, what we are actually doing is we're taking all of our existing packages that are stored here in the packages folder, and it's first we did the installation, so we make sure that we create the node modules folder here and in the agent runtime, so it's available for all of our execution. Any package that we need, it's gonna be available here in the node modules. And with the build, it also gets all of the distribution on the packages. So you see all of these folders and all of these files. These are just the proper code that your agents are going to need. So this is a step that needs to be done constantly, especially when you are developing plugins. Make sure to get into this flow of, if you do an installation, make sure to install with the no log file frozen, that stuff, that command. Make sure to run it properly, and then run the build. So every time that you are doing any changes, they are being reflected into your code, and you actually get them available into your agent. Otherwise, you're gonna think like you're going crazy, but really it's just because you are not making it available for the agent, for the agent's runtime. So okay, seems like we are ready to roll here. Let's take a look and see if our actions were registered here on the agent. So we have a lot of plugins right now. Are being shown here. Don't see Spy. Well, let's take a look and see if we have it here. And in any case, I'm going to check the Agent Kit plugin and make sure that we have an action here. So the actions, I didn't see the actions log this time. Not as last time as we had it like very clearly on the definitions. So I was wondering which action can we try for this one?
So the reason we did it this way is because when you have to build out each action with like 500 lines of code, it's just simply not scalable. So we built Agent Kit in a way such that this has access to all of the transactions. So you can do things like get your wallet address, get your balance, deploy tokens, deploy NFTs. All of that is possible.
Okay, let's ask the agent. To run what? Oh, next something happens. SQLite error.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay. Haven't run into this one before. I saw something here in the quick start regarding SQLite. So let's see if we can maybe get run here. I saw. Well, I don't think it was. This is the issue, but let's see if we can make it work. SQLite error. It seems to be like a dimension thing. What could it be? There's something here. No. Let's see if the command works. And this is the thing when you start going through the develop branch, which is the unstable one, this is something that's gonna happen. Like it's super common. People are building like crazy, pushing code and breaking stuff. So that's why the recommendation is to go through the stable version, because that one's like the one that's the least likely to break. It's still gonna break probably, but the least. I hadn't seen this dimension error, and when you remember, regarding the embeddings, it's just it's like trying to fit different sizes of, trying to fit a triangle into a rectangle. So it's not gonna fit just because that's not how it's configured. Let's see if this helps us, but I wouldn't be like super confident with this issue with the SQLite. Demonstrating. Yeah, let's wait for this to finish. So we're like removing everything. First, we did the rebuild, but we should have tried to run it after the rebuild. So I skipped it and went straight to the nuke option. So we're deleting everything, and we're gonna have to do the whole installation again, and build again, and hopefully now the SQLite embedding dimensions are gonna correspond with the ones that it's expecting. We're going through a much smaller dimension than the other ones. If we have any more issues with this, we can take a very quick look into the SQLite adapter and maybe take a sneak peek and try to find something. I wouldn't be super, super confident about this, because this is going into the very, very weeds of the embeddings and the infra that's running the agent. So I encourage you to take a look, but don't feel discouraged if you are not understanding what's happening. That's like 90% or 95% of the people. If you go into the Discord of Eliza, you can see so much issues like this, and so much people asking the same questions as you. And the agents are there because they have like 6 agents running kind of support, but they just like spill out like, yeah, try this, but it's like no answers. So it's mostly about going deep and being very patient about what's working and what's not, and just it's normal. This is gonna happen, and just try to take it slow and do share whenever you get stuck on something. If you feel like you're trying something too advanced, maybe scale down a little bit and work towards it. Right now we're going on the develop branch, so this is like uncharted territory. So yeah, it's exciting.
I can't tell you how good it feels to know this is just me. So I hope there's some people. I am so relieved. I hope this is helpful to people who are coming into the same issue.
Yeah, Suede seemed to have some breakthrough there with that absolute latest version of Node.
But yeah, can you share the message, or
we got a couple messages from the community. Suede said install better SQLite, and then they also said built fine using Node 23.6. So maybe there's our solution right there.
All right, let's take a quick check and see if this worked. And if not, we'll go and try the suggestions. Okay, seems like the agent kit got run. I saw something over there. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Suede. Appreciate you.
Okay. So we're loading here. Chat. Seems like everything is fine. And let's say there. Oh no. Now what? Wait, two dimension mismatch. Same as before. Okay. So let's see. NVM remote. 23.6, right? The install 23.6.0. Okay. Great. Let's close this. So I'm gonna try to run it straight away. I don't know if this is gonna work. And if not, we can try the installation again.
Juan's got a different approach to it. He's recommended just delete SQL and install again the latest update.
Let me take a look. See, just delete SQL and install again the latest update. Okay. Okay, let's try the npm install, ignoring optional packages.
Oh,
Well, Lincoln, I'm glad we were able to provide some value for your time here too with us.
Yeah, no, this is great. This is great. It bruised my ego and then repaired it with everyone else running into this. So roller coaster.
Okay, it's npm add better SQLite. I wish I could just copy it. Yeah, I cannot like grab it from the chat. npm add better SQLite at latest. Thanks. I need to grab this here. Better dash SQLite at your latest. Dash force npm rebuild. Better SQLite 3.
Lincoln, here's a good question for you here while Mel's still bashing through that. So how many agents have been built using the Agent Kit so far? Do you have a way to track or see that? Can you share any interesting applications of it besides the autonomous trading, just like typical DeFi actions? What more are we missing?
Yeah, great question. I think there's really two paths that agents are starting to converge down. One is around sort of a human assistant, where, like in Eliza's example, you tell an agent to do something and it can handle it on your behalf. Longer term, I think this is how everyone will interact on chain. Getting 1 billion people to come on chain should not involve them having to download a wallet, set up a private key, whatever. It should be as easy as, here's $100 to an agent. Let's just use blockchain and crypto as payment and data transfer rails, even if you have no idea how crypto works or even that you're using it at all. The other path we're going down is towards autonomous agents that just fully live and exist, do whatever they want on chain. One of the real fun ideas here is, I think, like 5-10 years down the line, we'll get to the point where we'll be able to have like a self-driving car that owns itself. It has crypto as its payment rails, and it like runs a taxi service to pay for its operations. These are kind of the two directions I think things are going. Agentic payments and programmatic payments is something that I'm also very, very excited about. So the idea that you have an agent who can make transactions on your behalf, it can be go shopping for you, it can order you food, book your hotels, it can be your flight agent or your travel agent. It can do a little bit of everything. Bringing those agents into the real world, I think, is absolutely critically important. And you can't do that with traditional financial rails because there's no way to give an AI agent access to a bank account.
That's well said, Lincoln. I'm a community manager here. I'm not as smart as you guys are, so I need these tools. So continue onward with the building. I know we're kind of close to the time that you've been able to spend here with us. Again, massive appreciation. We're looking forward to working with you more in the future and watching Agent Kit continue to develop.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to come around whenever. Can't make it tomorrow, unfortunately, but whenever there's a stable release of Agent Kit within Eliza, I'll be back and we can run through this and hopefully get something to show for it.
Thanks, Lincoln. And make sure you guys follow him on X. That's what, Mer Lincoln? It's at Mer Lincoln. Just reverse the name, right? MURR Lincoln.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys.
Bye-bye. All right, Mel, what you got for us?
Yeah, we are. I'm just cleaning it and see. I wasn't able to get those commands running. Seems like they weren't. My machine is not accepting this. Okay, maybe I need to run it like this. I'm still just like making sure, removing this. I'm going to remove the node modules as well, just to make sure. Maybe that's something that's creating some noise over there. Seems it's only something related to the SQLite, which is weird. I haven't had that issue before, but you know how it is. Okay, so we got removed now. We got the clean installation. Let's install again. But the weird thing is that the issue seems to be stemming from the SQLite adapter. So let's close this one. And let's see if we can take a sneak peek here. I'm not promising anything, you just see if we can find something around here that could be doing weird stuff. Let's open another version that we had before, just to maybe take a look and see if we have something specific about the version that changed. So here we are using okay.
Someone else had pretty good success with the better SQLite as a solution. I'm just recloning from Eliza's develop branch, so I get the latest version of Eliza, and I'll see if I catch up.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's nothing. I mean, like I said, sometimes just looking at it's not gonna do a lot, but you know, you never know when you can detect something here or there. Sorry. So we don't have. Okay, we're gonna try it this time, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't, we're gonna move very fast into the plugin creation, just to create a very basic plugin and explain how to get started with this. Because if not, we're gonna get stuck with a lot of debugging, and I just want you to at least get some advance into what we have been working on, and so you can get working towards start creating your own templates and start creating at least some different functionality that what the agent has. It can be, we're going to create a very small action that just states the agent's wallet address with the different implementation if we cannot get this running, and then just like a couple of an evaluation and a provider. The provider is going to be the wallet one, so it's very related, and the evaluator, we'll think about it in a bit and see what we can do to show off what's an evaluation that an agent can do. Okay, so we finished the installation again. No, sorry, the build, and hopefully now we're gonna get some better. You see, here's something weird. Unsupported engine wanted Node 23.3.0 and we're using 23.6. Okay. This shouldn't be a big issue. Just let it work its way, and we'll see if we can. Client. Let's go again.
Don't forget to plug in your laptop there too, Mel.
Yeah, thanks. We got it here. Always ready. GM. Yeah, it's weird. This is weird. Why it won't let us? Error. I think we can do is just ask Eliza. .gg. It doesn't expect a lot of help, but sometimes it does throw at least some sense of what's happening. You can set. I'm not using OpenAI embeddings, as far as I know. We create database, bug the code, clear cache. Let's see if we have any of this right here.
I love our audience, right? Now we're gonna need to pull 23.3 back.
Yeah, it's okay. You see, we have something here. At least it was this. So let's remove it. I don't want this. All right. I'm gonna switch to my 22.3.0. Just okay. And hopefully now it's not gonna force us to use those embeddings. So this is something that I hadn't seen before. It's probably not available here. If we check, this is the previous version, and let's see if we find the same environment variable. It is here, but it's not set to true by default. That's good. Here it was set to true by default. So this, these are small things that break people's nerves. Is people just switch it just because it works for their plugin, but they forget to set it off. And now everybody that loads the develop branch gets this completely terrible experience because it's like, hey, what did I change? I didn't do anything else. And well, I hope that's the issue, right? I might be mistaken. But let's take a look now. Are we running the client? Yeah.
Exactly, Juan. Good recommendation there from Juan too, to use cursor to debug. I think, Matheus, we still owe the community a nice little cursor deep dive here at some point in the near future.
Yeah. Let's use next week. I'm down for that.
Cool. Yeah, we'll make it happen. That's a nice tool to help learn.
You know what? They just added agents. At some point, you can have Eliza building an agent for using cursor for building the plugin for Eliza itself.
Mel, that looked like excitement.
Yeah, it's working now. You see, it was something very, very dumb. It was just this.
Let's explain what went wrong so we know.
So we have this on the environment variable. You can see my repo, right? So this use OpenAI embedding to true. This is set by default to true, and this is exactly what's causing the issue. It's trying to use this dimension size 1536. So the only thing I did was remove it, and that's it.
Oh, really? Okay. So it was the config settings. By default, OpenAI embeddings are enabled.
I just screenshot that.
And that caused the SQLite error because right here. So you found it on Eliza's website on their docs.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's in the docs. That's good. It's in the docs. Yeah. Okay.
Always try to ask Eliza. Sometimes it gives you a hint, and this same one was right on the spot here on the number 2.
So Eliza's chatbot was able to answer the question for us. Just so people know where that site is, that's ElizaOS.com, right? Eliza or Eliza.gg will take you to the chatbot for Eliza that answers questions about Eliza. So it knows the GitHub repo really well and reads the docs for you. So that saves a lot of time when you're running into a problem. Is go ask Eliza.
Let's ask the agent if it can launch a token.
Great.
But okay, we have a wallet address here now. Launch a baby. We're about to go full crew. Yeah, let's launch ERC20 token called Pool. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be able to because it's gonna need test tokens.
I'll send you some tokens. Let's just drop your address. We'll send you some money. I'll send you some real Polygon tokens right now.
Just trying to find out exactly.
Ask it for its address. I'll send you some poll.
I don't know what this is. Okay, no, but this is what? No, first of all, we need to switch. So I know that we had this on the Coinbase API key.
So someone asked if Replit can do this. I have been trying to get Eliza running on Replit. Yes, you can. You can run a lot. You can do the editing with Replit. Note, however, though, the Replit agent doesn't seem to work as easily with existing code bases. So asking Replit agent to try to do this is difficult, but Replit AI assistant is Claude 3.5 and it seems to handle existing repos. So yes, you could get this running in Replit, I believe. I'm working on it. Maybe we'll do a faster getting started guide with Replit and Eliza and we'll release a template for everybody once I get that working. So if you do get Eliza running inside of Replit, let us know in our chat group. We'd love to chat, and maybe you can win a prize for getting Replit and Eliza working together.
Okay, so we got an error when asking to launch a token. JSON model object generation. It's normal. This is something that we need to debug, but you can see here that the agent's properly trying to access the deploy token action. We just need to make sure that this one is probably on the same package for the agent kit. So let's take a look into the code here and see if we can find something along those lines. So you see, we have some
from one of our devs working on this, the railway bad application error. It seems like an error that's caused by Replit or caused by Railway. Are you familiar with that error, Mel?
Let me take a look.
Ooh, I love it when we go into infinite.
Sorry. Yeah, not sure about that. I will need to take a look because it seems to be related to Railway properly. I assume that you're trying to launch it on your Railway account. Yeah, if you want to send us a message on Telegram so we can take a look and understand exactly what you're trying to do and see in which step. If it's a 502 error gateway, seems like it's just a matter of it's not using the proper URL. I don't know. We need to take a look. But you see, something that's bugging me here is on the packages. We are not getting the installation for these packages properly. Seems like it's not finding them. So seems like there's something that wasn't installed properly here, even though we did run the installation and the build. Vercelia error. So the agent kit is probably trying to use Vercelia for some reason. However, why are these not being installed? Package.json. So I see that we have it here. And maybe take a look. See if we are properly installing it here. So the agent kit is okay, that's good. Right here, the agent key should be showing perfectly. Okay, agent key plugin, and we have API key name, API key private network, private key, sorry, and network. Okay, let's reinstall. Just to make sure that that this error here on the agent kit package is not showing anymore. This should be installed properly. Okay, now it's not throwing any error. That's good. Still hasn't finished though. Let's stop this in the meantime.
I'm going to use this moment here too. I just dropped this here in the chat, but we've got a Capture the Flag event kicking off tomorrow from our friends at Hexans, OtterSec, and Security. So if you enjoy these kinds of debuggings and exploring through the code and looking for the holes, there's an opportunity for you to join this Capture the Flag tournament tomorrow. They've got a pretty substantial bag of prizes put together. So if this is the kind of stuff that you enjoy, then there's a good tournament kicking off tomorrow for that Capture the Flag.
Well, I want to check here. Oh, I have 100 credits. Nice. I want to check if we can get the information on how to add the polygon Polygon.net Agent Kit. Okay. MPC Agent Wallet Management. Okay. So here are all the actions that we have. Okay, that's good. I just want to make sure, or to understand how to properly define the. Okay, here we go. Using replicating tools. AI. I assume I can just put Polygon Amoy or something. It's gonna go ahead and do it. YOLO it. Let's try this one. So the installation was done, and I'm going to do the PnP build once again. Okay. Further character once again, and start declaring once again. Okay, seems like it's loading. Kind of want to kill the pipe that thing. I don't know what it's using it for, but I feel like it's getting in the way. Either.
See if we can check balance.
What's your current wallet balance for Polygon? Yeah, we're still having this error. Get balance JSON mode object generation functionality not supported. Yes, we have an issue here with the JSON mode object generation. Not sure where is this coming from.
And while you're
But yeah,
for that real quick too, I think Matheus is just about out of time with us today as well, so we've got to get him exited so he can continue on with his day. But I was just chatting on the back end with him, and it does look like he's available next week, so we can take a little bit of a deeper dive into Cursor, Replit, some of these primary tools that people like Mel are using so seamlessly to be able to just float through all this stuff. A lot of our friends in the audience are still wanting to make sure that they are aware of all these best practice approaches and toolkits. So Matheus, looking forward to that next week with you.
Excited for that. Thank you, everyone. It was great to be here.
Thank you, Matheus, for joining us. It was exciting to see Lincoln from Coinbase as well, to have the product lead for Agent Kit on the call to show us how it works. Glad we got it working. Obviously, there's always bugs in new software, so let's get it working, and then on our next call we can show off.
Yes, we're very close. Like, that's a cool thing. Definitely, this is the state of Eliza, and trying to get on the very latest branches and the very latest developments, plugins that people are creating. Agent Kit, as Lincoln told us, they just added it recently, a couple of days ago, going from the Coinbase plugin to the Agent Kit plugin. So there's pieces that are still need to be properly tested and tweaked. We will take a deeper look into this. We really wanted to show some on-chain stuff today. Sadly, that's the state of where we are at. We got very close. At least we were able to get the address from the agent. Okay, can you share your address? For next week, we will go deeper into more specific plugin development. So today we took a look into Agent Kit and getting a very out of the box experience of on-chain utilities. Sadly, we weren't able to do the full thing, and it's part of it. We will update later, or today or tomorrow, if we get this worked out, and just so you can actually at least launch a token or ask the agent to start doing fun stuff. But yeah, I guess for today we can, we're almost getting to the half hour. If there are any questions, I would love to have people join into the call, or just shoot your questions on the chat, and we will take some 10 minutes, some 15 minutes to answer. While I see if I can find something around here.
Yeah, and exactly like Collin mentioned there, make sure you join Dabl.chat to follow up with. Suede's already in there identifying their railway gateway concern on that 502 error, so we can chase that down after the fact and figure out what's going on with that. Give you some time to kind of get your head wrapped around what it is that they're getting blocked on by that.
Yeah, I see Pyth is set to is one of the things configured in here, so you could possibly take Pyth out. In the basic config, also I actually don't see in the environmental variables for network ID. Where do you set the network ID in Eliza, Mel, or is it not necessarily
for Coinbase or for the Agent Kit? Seems like there's.
I see it right there. Yeah, Agent Kit network. Okay, so just change that to Polygon-mainnet, right?
Yeah, mainnet or MOE should work, I suppose.
I believe it only supports. I believe Agent Kit does not support MOE, so
correct.
Mainnet.
Okay.
I just did that on mine as well. So just so if you're trying to configure your variables, you go into your .env file and you set your CDP key name, private key, and you set that Agent Kit network to Polygon-mainnet. You can also use base Sepolia, or you can, and then you also want to set your OpenAI API key. You want to put that here, and you don't need to change these other things, but turn off you can comment out, or you can remove the open embedding, OpenAI embedding. So we got that far, and then hit launch run, and share what error message you guys get if you get one, and let's see if I've been following along with you, so I'll see if I just hit build and run, and next time we'll start from the finished product, and we can work backwards and show everyone how to get theirs built from scratch. And we can also give a forked repo. So we'll give you guys a repo from what we've built today, and that way you guys can also start from a working fork of Eliza. Does that sound good, Mel?
Yes, I'm gonna try something very quick. Seems like maybe it's because I see that Anthropic has this issue. Apparently, it's not a matter of the Agent Kit. Might be Anthropic that doesn't support that. Just switch the model to OpenAI, and let me share my screen and see if that worked. And if not, we can leave it there, and we can take it back to the drawing board and experiment and building.
And Mel, just one quick one here from Ivan too. He's having trouble finding the 1.9 of Eliza. He didn't see it in the tags. Where was it that you grabbed that? It seemed like you just found it right off the bat.
So whenever you go through the documentation, if you just clone the repository today, which that's when 1.9. Yesterday was 1.8, and just make sure to check out to the latest release. So on the documentation, there's a command that says, and I'm going to share it here in the chat as well. So if you run this command once you clone it, I hate it. that's the one that might be able to, that it should take you to the proper 1.91. So okay, we have it here. A launch a token called pool with 42,609 token supply on Polygon mainnet. And let's see if this time it at least doesn't throw that error of
The mode.
the JSON object generation. Okay,
What?
it worked.
Holy moly! You're like right in the nick of time there, Mel. You're just trying to make it dramatic, huh?
You know how it is. So okay, seems like it got launched. So hey, what's your address? I don't know if it really launched it.
Let's check. Let's a little too easy.
Yeah. So this is the one that it has. Let's take a look at the Polygon scanner. Yeah, it was too good to be true, right? But you know, we're almost there. At least it didn't get the error anymore. And I guess this is just do you have a contract address for the pool token we just launched? No, I don't think it does. Yeah, okay.
It's doing it in its head right now.
Yeah, he's hallucinating. But yeah. So yeah, let's take a pause here. It was a very exciting call. You know, we went through the very latest branch develop. I hadn't done that, to be honest. I had always been keeping like on the safe approach and building on the stable version. And now we get a test of the latest that the Agent Kit is bringing to Eliza. And you know, at least we are getting an address. We are getting some information from the agent that it's trying to do the deployment of the tokens. And now it's just a matter of you know, playing around with it and finding exactly how we need. Maybe it's a thing of getting the developer platform account with the proper tokens and the proper, you know, funds, making sure that it's connected correctly into an RPC URL. So it can send, you know, the whole process that we usually do when launching tokens. Remember, we are doing this for our users. So we are going to be the ones that are going to take the load of all of this, you know, creating and building the infra and battling with these horrible bugs that sometimes are not very clear for us. However, the agents are going to help regular users avoid these issues and just have fun and launch tokens like crazy. So that's what we're aiming for. And yeah, we will be diving deeper and deeper each day. It's just a matter of being in the frontier, exposing ourselves, and share all of these issues, all of these problems, all of these frustrations. As you saw, we were all of us frustrated with all of this since yesterday. And you know, it's just a matter of getting together and building and just eventually the builders will prevail. So yeah.
I love it, Mel. We took Colin all the way to the end of his clock, so he already had to exit the room, but he sends his well wishes to the audience, to all the builders following along with us. We still are looking forward to everyone in Dabl.chat. If you've got follow-up, you need any more questions, you can find myself, Matheus, Mel, or Colin always hanging out there. Shout out again to Lincoln from the Coinbase dev team. It was really fun to get to see what the latest edge looks like. And like you mentioned, I think today's session is a really good example of what it's like to struggle and what it's like to get frustrated, what it's like to hit these blockers, and to remind all of our emerging and growing builders that they are not alone in those experiences. And that just because sometimes it looks smooth here on camera doesn't mean that it's always that smooth. Mel, I've been watching you wrestle these gators since last December. And so it's been amazing to watch your continued growth on it. So congratulations. Looks like you got us one step closer. And so next week, what are we looking at for agenda? What are you hoping to achieve? We've got only 1 week of Agent Camp left scheduled.
Yes, for us, we do have a couple of, we owe you some deliverables and some stuff. So today we will be sharing the deliverable, so you can upload your idea for version 1. I know people has been working on it already. And also this week you should be working on the tokenomics of your agent, or at least a sense of what you want to get done on the token side. Remember, we want this to be on Polygon. So we will provide a much more detailed definition of what we are expecting from you. And our commitment is for you to have by Monday a working prototype where you can actually get your agents launching tokens. That's something that we want to really push forward on Polygon, of course. And yeah, from there on Monday, what we will see is, once we get these on-chain capabilities, is a little bit more on how does the agent think and how does it evaluate. So you can start giving it a little bit more of flavor on, okay, maybe the agent's not gonna just give out tokens like crazy. Maybe it's gonna ask for some information. It's gonna ask something in exchange. You should maybe share your favorite music, or you wanted to generate an image and create an NFT. That's where you start thinking about the possibilities and just going crazy with ideas.
I like it, Mel. Let's dive more into that Farcaster plugin too. We got to get that gator under control.
So yeah,
I've got the next session here on the page. Same as always, you can go to Luma and just search for Dabl Club, or you can look. I think we have a second profile called Ethereum, just straight up. So you can find our full calendar there, but our next session is available for registration, and that is planned for this coming Monday, same time as usual. I'll work with Matheus and we'll get some of these bonus sessions scheduled so we can take a more of an in-depth look at Cursor and the Replit setup, and maybe just give you some of those basics in a second set of perspective now that we've had all this time to see what the tip of the spear looks like. So agentcamp.dev is where you'll find all the recordings of our previous episodes. Today's episode will be up there just shortly. Again, with that tinyurl.com/dabblectf. If you've never done a capture the flag, these are really great exercises to learn how to move fast and break things and look for those prizes sitting on chain. Again, this team does have a large prize pool put together: Hexans, OtterSec, and Security. So there's a nice opportunity if you've got some more dev time in you, a little bit of debugging exploration in you. Mel, another great session. Thank you so much to the audience, for everyone. I see so many consistent names is one thing I do want to say. Is it's always the same people showing up every single time, and I'm really appreciative of their committed interest in learning how to build these tools themselves. And we look forward to dabbling with you here some more, and we'll see you guys on Monday.